Right, the second part of the homework. So the question number 1 is, there are 60 jelly beans in the bag, green or yellow. Roy takes a bean from the bag without looking. There's a 50% chance that the bean is green. So that means half of the beans have to be green. So half of 60 is 30. That's the answer for the first one. That's on the right hand side. And all the answers are on the right hand side. I'm just going to explain them. So you might listen to the answers as well. A box contains 20 counters, which are red or green. A counter is taken from the box without looking. It's equally likely that it'll be red or green. So that means half of them are red, half of them are green. So 10 red, 10 green counters. 3. A box contains 40 counters, red or black. There's a 25% chance that the counter is red. That means a quarter of them are red and 3/4 of them are black. 3/4 of 30 counters is 30 black counters. 4. There's a 4 small balls in a bag, all the same size. 3 are blue and 1 is yellow. And you can just about see the yellow one there in the diagram. Peter's going to take a ball from the bag. He thinks that it's equally likely that you get a blue or a yellow one. It's not, and the reason is there are 3 times more blue balls than there are yellow ones, so it's 3 times more likely that Peter will pull out a blue ball compared with a yellow one. Alright, what is the probability that the ball he takes out is blue? Well, there are 3 blue balls out of a total of 4, so the probability is 3 out of 4. 3 and 4 are written as 3/4. How many more yellow balls should be put in the bag to make it just as likely to pull out a blue as a yellow one? Well, there should be an equal quantity of blue and yellow if it's equally likely to pull out either of them. So you need to add 2 yellows so that there are 3 blue and 3 yellows in the bag. Okay, the next page. Alright, so we have a bag contains 5 balls, all either green or red, all the same size. The ball is taken out without looking. Is it more likely to be a red ball than a green one? How many red and green balls might there be in the bag? Explain your answer. So a bag contains 9 balls, either green or red, all the same size. It's taken out without looking. Is it more likely to be a red than a green ball? In this case, I don't think we have enough information to answer it. It's not equally likely that you could take out a green or a red because there has to be more of one compared with the other. And examples of what might be in the bag, you might have 4 green, 5 red. You might have 5 green, 4 red. You might have 8 green, 1 red. So we don't actually know, and we can't answer that question completely. All right, number 6. So again, the answers are on the right hand side. How many cards are there in a standard pack of playing cards? There's 52. How many suits? 4. Hearts, diamonds, clubs and spades. How many cards are in each suit? There's 13 cards. 10 from an ace up to the 10 card. Then there's a jack, a queen and a king. How many aces are there? There are 4 aces, 1 in each suit. How many picture cards in there? There's a jack, a queen and a king in each suit, so that's 3 by 4, which is 12. How many jacks? There's 1 jack in each suit, 4 suits, so that's 4. How many red cards are there? Well, there are 13 hearts and 13 diamonds, so that's 26. And the last one, I'll get you to answer that and tell me the answer to that one when you come back. You just flip to the previous page in the book on probability and you can see all the playing cards laid out in image form. Right, question 7. And you'll notice I haven't answered all these either. What's the probability of drawing a black card? So there are 26 black cards out of a grand total of 52 cards. So the probability is 26 out of 52, which is a half, 1 over 2. The probability that the card is a diamond. There are 13 diamonds in a pack of 52 cards, so the probability is 13 over 52, which is a quarter. What's the probability that the card is a king? There are 4 kings in a pack. There are 52 cards in a pack, so your probability is 4 over 52. The probability that the card is a king of spades, well, there's only 1 of those out of a grand total of 52 cards, so the probability is 1 over 52. And the last one that I have done, what is the probability that a card is a picture card? There are 12 picture cards in total out of 52 cards, and the smallest equivalent fraction you can write that as is 3 over 4. Okay, and the last set of questions are these ones. Okay, question 8. These counters are put in a bag, one is drawn at random without looking. We have 3 red, 2 yellow, 1 blue. The probability that it's a green. Well, there are 3 green out of a grand total of 6 counters. So that's 3 out of 6, which is a half. The probability that the counter drawn is yellow. There are 2 yellows out of a grand total of 6. So that's a third. That is blue or yellow. Well, there are 3 counters that are either blue or yellow out of a grand total of 6. So that's a half in that case. And what's the probability that the counter drawn is not yellow? So not yellow means it can be green or blue, and there are 4 of those out of 6 in total. So that's 2/3, and the explanation is there again. Question 9. A number is drawn at random from the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. What's the probability that you pick a 2? Well, there's only 1 2 out of 7 numbers, so that's 1 out of 7. So 1 you want out of 7 in total. What's the probability that the numbers are even? There are 3 even numbers in there, so you can pick 3 out of 7. That's where we get that from. 3, the probability that it's a prime number. So 2, 3, 5, and 7 are prime numbers. So there are 4 choices out of 7 there. So we get 4 sevens. And the probability that it's greater than 5 means 5 isn't included, but any number bigger than it is. So it can be a 6 or a 7. So there are 2 numbers out of 7 that can be chosen there. Finally, question 10. The probability that the letter chosen is a B. There are 2 B's out of a total of 11 numbers, so you get 2 11s. The same with an I. There are 2 I's out of 11. Look at the vowels, A, O, and 2 I's, so that's 4 out of 11. And it's not a vowel. There are 7 consonants, so there are 7 you could choose from out of a grand total of 11, so you get 7 11s. And that's the homework corrections.